What's up, everyone? King of Cobra 73 here, finally with the first episode of our Dynasty of College Football 26. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Purdue. Yes, my Dynasty team this year is going to be of the Purdue Boilermakers. And the theme of this team, why I picked the teams, because they are absolutely trash. They finished last year 1-11, went 0-9 in the Big Ten. Right? Yeah, I think they went 0-9 in the Big Ten. Did not win a Big Ten game at all. Didn't win any other game besides their first game against Indiana State, I believe. So here are the settings we're rolling with. Wear and tear may be changing. Like, as soon as I get sliders for these, I will change the sliders, but we're going off All-American like we did last year and everything. And we may, that auto progress players, I'm probably turning that back on. But we are going to take over Purdue as the head coach here. And, I'm really excited who the head coach is. A Purdue legend is making his return to Purdue. Don't know what the story's going to be. We're going to say Barry Odom had to leave. We're going to say Barry Odom had to leave due to personal reasons. That's what we'll say. Barry Odom leaves the team right before the season starts due to personal reasons, and Purdue scrambled to find a new head coach. Well, Purdue found just a guy. Purdue will be head coach this year by a legend, a former player. A player that's in the record books for Purdue, actually. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Alstott returns to Purdue. Yes, Mike Alstott, the leading Purdue all-time rusher, will become their head coach. This is the playbook and everything we're rolling with. This is his look right now. The defensive playbook will change. I did not pick the right defense playbook, so the first two games we're not running the 3-2-6 like they normally do. We're going to run a 3-3-5, but we do change it to the 3-2-6 eventually. And with their offensive playbook, we're testing it out for now. We may change it in the middle of the season. We may change our playbooks to our own liking in the future. But yes, we're going with Mike Alstott. He is the head coach of this team. And as you can see, Purdue has not done well history-wise. Like, you have a few good years here and there, but they're so far in between. And it's just not good history for Purdue at all. I believe the most games you've ever seen them win is 9 games in 2021. Do believe that's the year that Spoilmakers was a really big thing, but that's one thing we want to get back to. We want to become the Spoilmakers again. We want to become spoilers. We want to upset teams once again. It's going to be tough. It is going to be tough with this team. This team is full of transfer portal players, and honestly, let's just look at it. We have Ryan Brown, who did transfer out to North Carolina, but came back to us from North Carolina after doing a few practices with Bill Belichick. Came back, saw opportunity with Purdue, and you know what? He does have the opportunity to start. He is our starting quarterback as of right now, but we'll see how things go. We also have a transfer from Arkansas. Malachi Singleton is a quarterback from Arkansas. Also, the quarterback, Evans Chubba, he transferred from Washington State. Devin Makabe, Makabe is about 1,200 yards from breaking the record. I thought it would show here like his career stats. It doesn't, but he's about 1,200 yards from breaking Mike Alstott's record, which is actually kind of exciting if we can even get that. It'll take a lot for Makabe to get that. I'm saying Makabe because that's how it's spelled. but it's Makabe. Malachi Thomas is a running back that comes over from Virginia Tech. Also, really excited about him. The 1-2 punch with him and Makabe, but they're both seniors. And we have a exciting sophomore here, Jaheim Merriweather. Playing style is a D+, so we have to make him happy, get that running game going so he can be happy and, wants to stay here, because he will be transferring if we don't do anything. And I think he is the running back of the future, but we also have Gabriel Joyner, who I also like a lot. And then there's another senior running back. Going to wide receivers, which is actually kind of exciting. You have Chauncey Magwood, who comes over from UCF, is going to be the highest rated receiver on this team. Not my favorite receiver. My favorite receiver is Denalin Morissette, though one of the only returning receivers from this team. He had a good year last year, and Denalin Morissette is honestly not the highest rated, but he's my favorite receiver so far on this team. Has such good skill caps, and honestly, if he stays for his senior year, he's going to be the #1 receiver. And we're going to be using him a lot. We're going to have him in the slot. We're going to have him outside. We're going to be using him as best as we can. Ahmad Branch also played on this team last year. He had a few I think he had one big game. But Ahmad Branch is here. His hands need to get a lot better for him to get an extended role on this team. As you can see, his end zone is rated at 70. But he has good speed. He could be a kick returner. We just need to get better hands to expect a lot more out of him. But as I was saying, this team is riddled with transfers. Chauncey Magwood coming from UCF. There's Charles Ross. Ross comes from USC, so he will see his former team in week 3. But my favorite player, another one of my favorite players, one of the most players I'm excited for the most, Nitro Tuggle, coming from Georgia, had some complications there at Georgia, so he decided to, come to Purdue, try to start his career over at Purdue. Tuggle also has some interesting skill caps. Route running is going to suck, but quickness and hands can get better, elusiveness can get better. Nitro Tuggle can be a problem for years to come. He's only a sophomore, so hopefully we can keep him happy and, have good years with him. Down at the bottom, and you see Corey Smith. Yeah, here's Corey Smith right here. I'm familiar with Corey Smith because he was in our Tulsa Dynasty last year that never finished. Corey Smith can be a good player too, pretty fast and everything, but he transferred over from Tulsa. We lose Jamal Edrin to Virginia. And I do believe we will see Jamal Edrin in Virginia later in the season. But that's the big receiver that we lost. Edrin, I believe, was the leading receiver of Purdue last year. I don't have the stats right in front of me like I wanted to, but alas, I don't. So I do believe Edrin was the leading receiver of Purdue last year. So that is what we got going on for this year thus far. And due to Barry Odom being our previous coach, there's a lot of transfers from UNLV on this team. And one of the transfers come from, this team was just devastated by the transfer portal, losing players. But you know what? The transfer portal giveth and it taketh away. And it did giveth a great player here at left tackle, Jalen St. John from UNLV. He's came over from UNLV with the head coach of Barry Odom, but Barry Odom had to leave the team due to personal reasons. So the players that Barry Odom brought over are staying, except his son. His son decided to leave, but besides that, we're keeping our players. Another player to be excited about is Marquise Easley, guard from Georgia. Now, Easley also had some complications at Georgia, but he's coming over to Purdue to get his playing, to get everything back right, to get things better. Easley projects as a guard in the game, but I think Easley can play tackle. So Marquise Easley may be a player that we move around a lot. Do we have any other ones on the offensive line transfers that I see right now? No, not that I see. Oh, well, Jude McCoskey came over from Tulane. A junior that came over from Tulane is Jude McCoskey. Looking over at the defense now, we look at the outside. We have a lot of edge rushers. CJ Madden, one of my favorite players on this roster, just a junior. So again, hopefully we can keep him happy, keep him here, because I don't want to lose some of these players. But CJ Madden, a star, conference prestige, so he's staying. He can get a lot better after year one. Just have to he has to get on the field and play. But this team has, like, this D-line. The D-line is actually one of the best things about this team, I believe. Like, I am like not lying at all. The D-line is something to be right home about, because I think this D-line is actually really good. This is a sophomore. His name is Trey Smith. I am really excited about him. He has a whole bunch of room to grow. Trey Smith does, but he's just normal development, which I think hurts him a little bit. But he's another player who I would like to get on the field a lot. At the other edge, we have CJ Nunnally. CJ Nunnally is the star edge rusher on this team. 84 overall. Playing style is an F, but you know what? You're a senior, so you're graduating this year. So if we lose him, we just lose him. This is as good as Nunnally's going to be, unfortunately. But if he had one more year of eligibility, I think we could get him to 90. Son Shebrooks and Charles are the balance backing up. Charles comes over from North Texas. Sean Seabrooks, though, a player I like, sophomore, doesn't have a lot of room to grow, but he definitely will have room to grow. Not a lot of room to grow, but we'll have playing time. The D tackles, though. These D tackles are something to write home about. TJ Lindsey, one of my favorite players, honestly, coming from Auburn. Jermarion Harkless, the premier D tackle for this team. He can do it all. He can power rush. He can stop the run. And he has just a sophomore. And look at that pass rushing skill cap. He can do it all. Demeco Kennedy, another player with a whole bunch of potential. Pass rushing is a lot. Like, these D tackles have a lot of potential on this team, and I love it. Jamaris Dinkins, a senior for this team. But it's just, I can't help but see the potential in all of this D-line. Marcus Moore is also a D lineman that transferred to Tulsa. Moore comes away from Bowling Green. But yeah, TJ Lindsey is exciting. We go to our linebackers. Not a lot to write home about for our linebackers, unfortunately. Sam Stewart is a Sam backer, pure freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Fort Wayne, Indiana. He has room to grow. I don't know if he's playing his first year. At Mike, we have Manny Powell. Powell comes over from UNLV, another player from Coach Odom. And he is going to be the captain of that defense. He is going to be the one with the red dot, the green dot, excuse me. And Manny Powell's gonna play. He's that Mike linebacker, that middle linebacker, the one that's the captain of the defense, the one that calls the plays, gets the plays out there, and everything. But also coming over with him from Arkansas, Carson Dean comes from Arkansas, who's also plays Mike. But we'll have to find a way to get Carson Dean on the field. Like, does he play that same role? Do we move Manny Powell over? Does Carson play Mike backer, and does he call the defense? There's like a whole bunch of like different possibilities that we can do. Also coming over from Arkansas, we actually plundered Arkansas, is Alex Sanford. He will be coming over from Arkansas to play with us as well. And then we have Marquise Nichols, a player that I'm excited for, a junior though. But we're going to get as many players on the field as we can. Tylan Scales, freshman. Scales is going to be redshirted his first year, and I'm not excited about him because there is, like, look at these skill caps. Like, I feel like there's not a lot of room to grow for him. 75 overall, probably his top. I don't know. We go back looking at the secondary now, and our top guy in the secondary is going to be Tony Grimes, who also comes over from UNLV with Coach Barry Odom. Chad Brown comes from Nevada, trying to help us out there. And Ryan Turner, player who I have expectations for. He comes over from Boston College. I like the ratings that Ryan Turner has. He has room to grow as well. And then we have some young players down here. We have Hudari Hines, who's a sophomore. Impact development. Decent. It's okay, Caps. We can work with that. OT, the freshman, has normal dev. I'm okay with his skill caps, but then we get down here to run stopping, and run stopping is just so demoralizing that it just sucks. So we go look at our safeties, and it's the free safety spot. We have Tony and Smith there, Smiley Bradford. We're going to play as much people as we can with this team, because there's some of these deal breakers are just like, what do you want me to do? Smiley Bradford though has a lot of room to grow with these skill caps. Power, yeah, we can work with that, but the pass coverage can grow up and the run stopping can grow, so that's good for us. And then Trevin Baxter from Indianapolis, Indiana, is a freshman. He may be redshirt year 1, 2. He has room to grow. I'm liking his skill caps as of right now. Pass coverage can get a lot better, but hey, it is what it is. Another transfer, Crew Wakely. He comes over from BYU. I think that's all the important transfers as of right now that I can think of. A few kickers transferred over. Like, we had like 2 punters transferred. But Damon Marble, also a player that looks interesting for us in the future. Just the potential. We're thinking of the future with this team. That is the theme of the day, the future of this team. So now we're setting up our schedule right now. We have 5 home games in a row to start off the season. Purdue has a lot of home games. Week 2, we play FCS. I don't like playing FCS teams. So what I did was find one of the newer teams in the game to play. We're going to play Delaware. We're going to play Delaware instead of FCS team. So we're going to go Ball State, Delaware, USC, Notre Dame, have a week off, Illinois, Minnesota, Northwestern, Rutgers, Michigan at the Big House, Ohio State, Washington. That is such a devastating Oh my goodness, that is going to be devastating. At Michigan versus Ohio State, then go to Washington. That right there is going to be devastating. Part of the schedule. And then we had finished off with Indiana, who was surprised everyone last year, made the playoff. So hopefully we can catch Indiana lacking. Hopefully we can get like some wins on this team. But looking at that schedule, seeing how tough it is, I'm glad I'm only required to win 4 games, because I think that's what we're winning. Might be able to push for 5. I do think there's a great opportunity to start 2-0. Maybe even 3-0, because USC isn't like USC back in the day. So maybe there's potential to start 3-0. We're looking at the recruiting though. As you guys can see, this is the initial recruiting board. It does change constantly throughout the year. Looking at 2 stars, 3 stars, because no 4-star wants to come here. I mean, I think there was a 4-star that was interested in us, but we'll be competing with so many different schools I didn't even try. Or maybe I did put him on the board. I don't remember. But this is just what we're dealing with here. We only have 575 points. This quarterback is not good at all. Just when you're looking at the future. Like this is what it's about. It's about the future. And what can you get with the future? That's for Mike Allstott to figure out. Purdue is going to be a tough rebuild, and we're already in a good conference with the Big Ten. So that's a amazing conference to start off with. And we are the worst team in the Big Ten. But are we the worst team in the best conference? SEC, Big Ten are probably the best conferences right now in college football. Not gonna lie. Are we the worst team in the best conference? That is up for debate between everyone. Hey, if you guys want to debate about that, debate about it in the comment section below. However, right now there's going to be some practice footage about to come up, and I want you guys to enjoy that. Enjoy the practice footage. Want to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you're excited for Purdue. Leave a like if you think the Spoilmakers are going to make a way back. Maybe not this year. Maybe not next year. But soon. The Spoilmakers will make a return. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and subscribe if you're excited for Purdue. I'm excited for Purdue Dynasty. And hopefully we can make things happen. Thank you guys for watching, and boiler up.